Good morning, everyone. I am Sybil A. Reyes from Group 7, and we will be reporting Chapter 12, Independent Demand Inventory Management. So we have types of inventory. Number one is raw materials. It is the purchased items or extracted materials transformed into components or product. So pag sinabi nating raw materials, ito yung mga bagay na ginagamit natin sa pagbuo ng isang produkto. Number two is the components, parts or sub-assemblies used in the final product. So yung sub-assemblies, on the other hands, are group of components that assembles together to form a larger unit within the overall product. Number three is work in process or WIP. Items in process throughout the plant. Or ito yung mga products na ginagawa natin sa planta or in manufacturing. Number four is finished products. So, products sold to customers. So, pag sinabing finished goods, ito na yung mga produkto na pwede nang ibenta sa mga customers. Number five is distribution inventory. So, this is the finished goods in the distribution system. And lastly, number six, the maintenance, repair, and operational or MRO. So, inventory are supplies that are used in manufacturing but do not become part of finished product. So, yung sinasabi nating MRO are tools and equipments na ginagamit natin para makabuo ng isang product. So, as you can see on the screen, ito yung pagkakasunod-sunod ng types of inventory. We have raw materials to components to work in process or WIP to finished goods to distribution inventory and to maintenance, repairs, and operating supplies or the MRO. Next one is how companies use their inventory. So companies have different kinds of inventory. They also use inventory for different purposes. So now, let's look at 6 ways of using inventory. So number one is anticipation inventory. So this is the inventory built in anticipation of future demand. So, anticipation inventory, for example, is yung toy manufacturer. So, they can produce extra inventory up to the holiday season, anticipating the higher demand during that time so they can reduce the risk of shortages. Number two is fluctuation inventory or safety stock. It is also called buffer stock or reserve stock. Number three is lot size inventory. So, a result of the quantity ordered or produced. So, yung lot size inventory is refers to the quantity of a particular product or materials that order or produce in a single batch or lot. Number four is the transportation inventory. So, inventory used in movement between locations. So, we have here a formula, and to calculate the average amount of inventory in transit, we use the formula average transportation inventory in units is equal to transit in times multiplied by annual demand in units divided by 365. Number 5 is speculative inventory. So, used to protect against some future event. So, yung speculative inventory naman is refers to the stock without a specific customer order or immediate demand. And lastly, the maintenance, repair, and operating inventory or the MRO, items used in support of manufacturing and maintenance. So, yung MRO naman ay consist of items and materials that are essential for day-to-day operations of a business, particularly in maintenance, repair, and operating inventory.
Inventory management. The objective of inventory management are to provide the desired level of customer service, to allow coefficient operation and to minimize the inventory investment. Customer service. The ability to satisfy customer requirements. Percentage of order shift on schedule. A customer service measure appropriate for use when orders have similar value. Percentage of line items shipped on schedule. A customer service measure appropriate when customer orders vary in number of line items orders. Percentage of dollar value shipped on schedule. A customer service measured appropriate when customer orders vary in value. Idle time due to material and component shortage apply to internal customer service. Minimum inventory cost. A company can measure its minimum inventory investment by its inventory turnover. That is, by the level of customer demand satisfied by the supply on hand. We calculate the inventory turnover measured as inventory turnovers and equals annual cost of goods sold over average inventory of dollars. Week of supply, a measure of inventory policy effectiveness. Week of supply equals average inventory on hand in dollar over average weekly usage in dollars. To calculate days of supply, we use the formula day of supplies equals average inventory on hand in dollar over average daily usage in dollars, and hours of supply is calculated as hour of supply equals average inventory on hand in dollar over average hourly usage in dollar.
Relevant inventory cost. Item cost. Item cost includes price paid for the item plus other direct costs associated with the purchase. And when it comes holding cost is include the variable expenses incurred by the plant related to the volume of inventory held. And capital cost is the higher of the cost of the capital of the opportunity cost for the company. And the storage cost includes the variable expenses for space, workers, and equipment related to the volume of inventory held. And the risk cost include obsolescence, damage or determination, thief insurance, and taxes associated with the volume of inventory held. And when it comes ordering cost is the fixed cost associated with either placing an order with a supplier or setup cost occur for in-house production. Now let's proceed to shortage cost. Shortage cost is incurred when demand exceeds supply. And back order is delaying delivery to the customer until the item becomes available. And the last one is lost sales. Lost sales is occur when the customer is not willing to wait for delivery. Now let's proceed to ABC inventory classifications. The first one is Pareto's law. Implies that about 20% of inventory items will account for about 80% of the inventory value. And the second one is ABC classification, a demand for determined level of control and frequency of review of inventory items. Now let's proceed to inventory control using ABC classifications. And we have four classification of ABC. The first one is continuous review system. The continuous review systems updates inventory balances after each inventory transactions. And the second one is periodic review system. Requires regular periodic reviews of the on-hand quality to determine the size of the replacement order. And the third one is two-bin system. The two-bin system is one bin with enough stock to classify demand during replenishment time is kept in the storeroom. The other bin is replaced on the manufacturing floor. And the last one is lead time. Lead time is time for other replacement to other receipt.
Inventory record actuary. Inventory record errors becomes of the utilization with withdrawal of material ensures stock rooms incorrect paperwork and or human error. Periodic continue. A physical inventory is take up periodically, usually annually. Cycle outing. Prospective item are continue daily. Vendor manage inventory. MV. The supplier maintains an inventory at the customer casually. Determine order quantities. Inventory management and the control are done at the level of the eventual item or stock keeping unit SKU. An SKU is a respective item, a particular geography location. Common ordering approach, lot for lot. X order, actual, meaning min-max system, order and period. Order exactly what is needed. Order a predetermined amount each time an order is placed. When on hand, inventory fall. Determine order quantities. Inventory management and the control are done at the level of the eventual item or stock keeping unit SKU. An SKU is a respective item, a particular geography location. Common ordering approach, lot for lot. X order,
Economic Production Quantity, or EPQ, a model that allows for incremental product delivery. Calculating the EPQ, the formula to calculate the economic production quantity is quantity equals to annual demand in units plus setup or ordering cost divided by the annual holding cost per unit times 1 minus average daily demand rate over daily production rate.
Why companies don't always use the optimal order quantity? Even though it can be shown mathematically that not using the optimal EOQ quantity results in additional cost for a company. It is not unusual for companies to order a quantity other than the EOQ. Some companies do not have known uniform demand. In some cases, companies experience lumpy demand, that is, some periods with significant demand and other periods with no demand. This violates one of the underlying assumptions of the EOQ model. In such cases, it is better to use a period order quantity. Why companies don't always use the optimal order quantity? Remember that the EOQ must be checked when quantity discounts are available. The basic model did not allow for discounts, so you must confirm what the optimal order policy should be. The EOQ policy always provides a benchmark to compare against other policies. It is not wrong not to use the EOQ, but it should be more expensive. You need to justify the additional expenses incurred.
My name is Lance Aaron Cruz and this is our report. How much safety stock? A safety stock increases, so does the customer service level, thus decreasing the chance of shortage. At the same time, however, holding safety stock requires additional inventory investment. Thus, it is important to limit the amount of safety stock your company holds. Order cycle service level. The probability that demand during lead time will not exceed on-hand inventory. How safety stock changes the recorder point? Order quality 600 unit and recorder point is equals 200 unit and no safety stock. If demand during lead time equals average demand, then replenish arrives as on hand inventory reaches safety stock level. And order quality is equal 600 units and safety stock is equal to 50 units and recorder point is equal to 250 units. Target inventory level. Used in determining order quantity in the periodic review system. Target inventory less on hand inventory equals order quantity the target inventory. The target inventory level is calculated as capital T and I equal target inventory levels in unit, and small letter d average period demands in unit, and capital R and P review period in days, weeks, or months, and capital L lead time equals in days, weeks, or months, and double S capital safety stock in units. And the formula is target inventory equals average period demand in units times review period plus lead time plus safety stock in unit. Periodic review system. The safety stock is calculated as Z is equal number of standard deviation, and this side is equals standard deviation of demand during review period and leading time, and is calculated as this formula, where this sign is equals standard deviation of demand during interval T. R and P is equal review period and L is lead time. To calculate the replenishment order quantity, use the following formula. Q is equal TI minus OH. Q is equal replenish order quantity, target inventory for TI and on-hand quantity for OH. Note that when the lead time is greater than the review period, the on-hand quantity must include any unordered amounts.